Now, I wish you all could be with me right now as I'm sitting next to Rosemary Clooney, because she is just like you would hope that you are. You're warm and down to earth and having a great conversation here. It's too bad we didn't have the camera running a few minutes ago.
Just as well.
Well, you've been lucky. You have such a nice public presence, and it's nice to find that it's exactly the same in private.
Thank you.
That's a treat, because sometimes I think the public persona of performers is one thing, and your private side is something different. Have you ever had trouble with the two blending or blurring or contrasting?
No, not really. But I do know exactly what you mean. I was married to Jose Ferrer for a long time, and as an actor, he almost had to make up a person that would be able to go on talk shows and things. I think it's more difficult for an actor than it is for a singer or performer.
Well, they say that's what makes good actors or actresses. They need to be somebody else, and therefore that's why they're good at acting. And when you see them as they really are, they have no persona. I don't know if Joe's watching now. I don't know what he'll think of this conversation.
I'm sorry I said it.
What do you think he would say to what you just said?
Oh, I think he would understand it, and he'd realize I was telling the truth.
Yeah. So much of your personal life, which has been traumatic, I think, has been publicized. Did you have any qualms about all that being known about your problems, mental and
No,
physical?
as a matter of fact, I really welcomed the chance to sort of straighten the whole story out, because there were people that were thinking things that were worse than the facts.
Really?
Yes. So doing the book after 8 years of analysis, you know, was kind of like my thesis.
Yeah.
And then the picture I thought was very good. It was done on CBS a year ago, December, and it was very interesting.
I did hear that Jose was upset because he was portrayed as such a womanizer and led to some of the problems.
Ah, well, he knows that better than anyone.
Okay. Do you have, I don't know how to put this, a bad taste in your mouth about men from your
Oh, no,
marriage
certainly
or anything?
not. No. No, I think Joe's an extraordinary man and a wonderful father, and I like him a whole lot.
He just wasn't the greatest husband, but that happens.
Well, maybe not for me, you
Yeah.
see. That's, I was playing some games too. I mean, just as far as telling the truth to myself and everybody else.
Well, here you are being so honest again. Just
Here I am, big mouth rides again.
Makes you feel good, though.
I do.
Are you married now?
No.
You gonna get married?
No, I don't think so. I've done that.
Well, what haven't you done that you want to do?
Well, I've got 3 grandchildren.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and I'd like to hang out with them a little bit.
We were talking about age before the camera started. You're 56, and
Right.
I'm going to be 50 this year, and we were both saying, I don't think either of us mind being what we are.
No, it's odd, though, as I remember being 30, and I hated that.
Yeah.
I remember being in a car with Joe and having this awful feeling, and I said to him, am I going to be 29 tomorrow or 30? And he said, you'd be 29, and I said, one more year, you know, isn't that strange?
Yeah.
30, my God, that's baby. 40 bothered me a little bit, but 50, not at all. Not at all.
When was your worst decade? Your 40s?
I think so.
Yeah.
Most difficult.
So when you got to 50, you had a lot to celebrate.
Yes, I certainly did. My children had a party for me, and they invited people by saying, can you come celebrate our mother's demi-centennial?
Okay. Your voice, has it ever left you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I think it was because of my own attitude, too, because I was doing too much chemical business. I was taking a lot of downers, and I think that really hurts.
Of course, we got to remember now, when you started taking pills, it was not generally accepted that it was so terrible. I mean, it was...
No. Do you remember all the jokes when, you know, with the Bob Hope shows about the tranquilizers, sure, about Milltown?
Yeah, that's right.
And it just realizing that, you know, it was just kind of treated lightly, wasn't it?
Right. Well, you see, here again, we're talking about perceptions. We have funny perceptions about the public. For example, you doing commercials, I notice what Georgia Pacific and
Yes.
its Coronet Papers. Did you have any second thoughts about that, to do that?
Certainly not.
Yeah.
No.
Well, a lot of people say, gee, why is Rosemary Clooney doing commercials? She's such a great singer.
Well, she's doing it because she gets a lot of money, and she's doing it because it's a very nice company.
Yeah.
Also, there was a very flattering thing that they did. They took a poll in at various, you know, supermarkets, and they said, here are 10 women. Who would you believe the most? And I was chosen. Well, boy, you know, that's a very nice thing to hear.
Why do you think that's true?
I think because I've got a big mouth and I talk a lot. so they know that I tell the truth.
Rosemary Clooney, thanks very much.
I've loved it.
That was great. We'll be right back.